Myths, legends, and ancient tales have captivated human hearts and minds for generations. What fascinates me is how these narratives have not only endured through millennia, but have been reinvigorated by contemporary authors. It's as if these stories, despite being age-old, have an intrinsic adaptability, allowing them to be reshaped and retold in countless ways. To understand the allure of myths, we must first recognize their profound universality. These tales touch upon essential human emotions and experiences: love, betrayal, ambition, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. This universality makes myths an invaluable reservoir for storytellers to tap into, offering a vast canvas to paint new narratives while respecting the original essence. Take, for instance, the reimagining of the character of Circe by Madeline Miller. Historically, Circe was a secondary character in Homer's Odyssey, often overshadowed by the grandeur of Odysseus's journey. But in Miller's rendition, Circe steps into the spotlight. We explore her inner psyche, witness her transformation from a naive nymph to a powerful witch, and understand her complexities. Such retellings provide depth to characters that were previously relegated to the sidelines. Similarly, consider the contemporary magic that authors like Rick Riordan have brought to ancient tales. His Percy Jackson series introduces young readers to the pantheon of Greek gods, but with a twist. These gods exist in modern times, their challenges reflecting today's world. By juxtaposing ancient figures in contemporary settings, Riordan manages to strike a balance between preservation and innovation. Neil Gaiman's approach in Norse mythology is a testament to the flexibility of myths. Instead of modernizing the tales, he retells them with a unique voice, revitalizing the stories of Thor, Loki, and other Norse gods for today's audience. It's as if he's inviting us to a grand feast of stories, serving them with the charm of his narrative style. But why do modern authors feel compelled to revisit these ancient tales? I believe it's the depth and richness of myths that beckon them. In every age, writers are, in essence, explorers, charting the vast terrains of human emotion and experience. Myths provide them with a pre-charted map, but it's up to the author to decide the route, the stops along the way, and the ultimate destination. Another dimension worth exploring is how these modern retellings impact our understanding of the past. By revisiting and reshaping these tales, we aren't merely engaging in an act of entertainment. We're participating in a dialogue with our ancestors, understanding their worldviews, and interpreting their wisdom in the light of our contemporary experiences. Continuing on the theme of myth retellings, let's consider another vital aspect: the cultural and geographical transplantation of these ancient stories. In our increasingly globalized world, myths are no longer bound to their regions of origin. They travel, morph, and weave themselves into diverse cultural tapestries, gaining new layers of significance. For instance, The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker presents the Trojan War through the eyes of Briseis, a queen turned slave. This shift in perspective from the celebrated heroes of the war to the marginalized women challenges the traditional narrative. It's a reminder that every story, every myth, has voices that have been silenced, perspectives that have been overshadowed by dominant narratives. But beyond recentering marginalized voices, we're also witnessing myths being set in entirely different cultural contexts. Imagine an African retelling of King Arthur or an Asian interpretation of the Norse legends. Such adaptations are not just exercises in creativity. They're powerful statements about the universality of human experiences. Take The Wrath, The Dawn by Renee Aja as an example. It's a retelling of the Arabian Nights, but it brilliantly infuses the tale with elements from various cultures, creating a story that feels both familiar and refreshingly new. By doing so, it showcases how myths, while rooted in specific cultures, can resonate universally. It's also interesting to see how modern challenges, especially those related to identity, gender, and politics, are woven into these retellings. Many contemporary authors use myths as a medium to address pressing societal issues. They highlight the timelessness of these challenges, suggesting that while our world has evolved in countless ways, the core human dilemmas remain consistent. Additionally, the digital age has introduced a fascinating dimension to myth retellings. Today, authors aren't the sole custodians of these tales. Through platforms like Wattpad or fan fiction forums, everyday readers reinterpret and reshape these ancient narratives, making them relevant to their personal experiences and contemporary issues. This democratization of storytelling is truly a revolutionary shift in the literary world. However, with such vast reinterpretations, there's also a responsibility on the part of authors and readers. It's crucial to approach these myths with respect and sensitivity. While it's enriching to reimagine and adapt, one must also ensure that the core essence and the cultural significance of the original myths are not diluted or misrepresented. In this dynamic interplay between the old and the new, between preservation and reinterpretation, what emerges is a rich tapestry of stories. Stories that honor the past, reflect the present, and perhaps offer insights into the future. And as we continue this journey of exploration, I'm optimistic that the power of myths will remain undiminished, continuously inspiring and enlightening us. Mythology has always been the bridge between our understanding of the world and our innate human nature to create, to wonder, and to connect. As we dive deeper into the topic, I'd like to explore another captivating facet: the inclusion of modern-day myths, blending the boundaries between the traditional and the contemporary. Neil Gaiman's American Gods is a masterclass in this approach. The novel is built on the premise that gods exist because people believe in them. As people's beliefs shift, moving from ancient deities to modern obsessions like technology and media, new gods rise. The story isn't just a retelling. It's an examination of America's cultural melange, juxtaposing ancient mythologies with modern life's rhythms. This blend of ancient and modern doesn't just offer a fresh narrative layer. It's a commentary on our evolving societal structures. As our societies become more complex, our myths reflect these complexities. Today's mythological retellings often grapple with questions about technology's role, the blurred lines of reality in a digital age, and the human need to find purpose in a rapidly changing world. Rick Riordan's series, notably Percy Jackson, is another brilliant example. While they are primarily aimed at younger readers, the books introduce ancient Greek mythology in a modern American setting. By doing so, Riordan not only makes these myths more accessible to a younger generation, but also delves into issues faced by today's youth: identity struggles, the challenges of growing up, and the yearning for a place to belong. Additionally, let's not forget the significance of visual media. Movies and TV series have an unparalleled reach today, and they've harnessed this power to retell myths. Series like Lucifer takes the age-old characters from Abrahamic religions and places them in a modern Los Angeles setting. Through wit, drama, and intrigue, they explore profound questions of redemption, morality, and free will. What's fascinating about these modern-day mythological retellings is how they resonate with diverse audiences worldwide. Their universal themes, love, betrayal, heroism, and quest for identity, are evergreen, relatable across eras and cultures. It also makes one wonder about the stories our generation will leave behind. What will be our myths? In an age dominated by technology and information, our legends might revolve around our relationship with AI, our exploration of the cosmos, or a reckoning with the natural world's fragility. Only time will tell. But one thing's certain: As long as humanity has imagination, myths will continue to evolve, and stories will keep getting retold. These tales, old or new, will persistently offer solace, insights, and above all, a reflection of our shared human experience. As we wrap up our journey through the fascinating landscape of myths and their modern retellings, it's imperative to realize the everlasting bond between humanity and stories. This bond has been nurtured over millennia, through whispers around campfires, pages of ancient scrolls, and now our digital screens. Modern authors, filmmakers, and artists have taken up the mantle, ensuring that these tales don't fade into oblivion. Instead, they're reshaped, retaining their core essence but donning contemporary garbs. Margaret Atwood's The Penelopiad, for instance, retells the Odyssey from Penelope's perspective, questioning the age-old narrative and giving voice to a silenced character. This isn't just a retelling, it's a reckoning. In our fast-paced, ever-evolving world, it's easy to dismiss these tales as mere entertainment. But beneath their engaging plots lies a treasure trove of wisdom, reflections of our own lives, challenges, dreams, and fears. They remind us that though times change, the human heart's core desires and dilemmas remain constant. I encourage all listeners to revisit these myths, explore the modern versions, and maybe even craft their own. Because in the end, we are all storytellers, connected by the intricate web of tales that transcend time. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening exploration of myths and their modern-day reincarnations. I hope it has inspired you as much as it has inspired me. Until next time, keep reading, keep wondering, and never stop believing in the magic of stories.